real business owners.
I was always addicted to hard work. In high school, I was managing a 5,000 acre farm pretty much by myself. My high school transcript, I had 113 days gone from school because I was just always at work. So,
I think mine was similar.
I
was down by the river though.
Different kind of work.
Yeah.
I had
weeds.
When I graduated high school, I had like $45,000 in the bank. I would buy and sell pickups. I would flip pickups out of the oil fields. I would do different type of stuff to save money. Not for any reason other than one, I fucking loved money, and two, I knew it was powerful. I didn't have a need for it at the time, but I knew it was powerful. So then when I went to tech school, I worked through that. I flipped pickups.
What was the purpose of tech school?
Auto body, just to get a kind of speed you through the learning process.
Gotcha. Okay.
I bought my first house cash before I was out of tech school, and I was making good money. I was making six figures when I was 20 years old. Quote unquote good money, right? And when you're 17 or 15 or 16 years old, I have an interview with the governor of South Dakota when I was younger, and I asked him, this was before I understood social awareness. I asked him how much money he made, right? Like on the news. And he told me $100,000. And that was Mike Rounds. And I was like, oh, that's so much money, right? So I'm 20 years old and making that much money. I'm like, wow, this sucks.
Yeah.
And so, I had a couple houses. I bought my second house when I was 21. So by this time I owned two houses, cash, no debts, never had debt. And I was making.
So what were you? What did you do to save the money? Were you just constantly working to the point where you never had free time to spend it?
Yep.
Did you purposely live like a very meager lifestyle? Drove a piece of shit? Lived, how did you get to the point of saving money?
Well,
right?
one, I live in a
lifestyle
like 1,500 people in my town. So one, you can't spend money when there's nothing to do. Two, I was making good money and I had good money. And when I was in tech school, I lived in an efficiency with no sink. Like I showered with my dishes, right? Like to wash my dishes, I would wash them when I was in the shower. Right? So it sounds a little backwards because I know how much money I was making and I was showering with my dishes. Right? So I was not like a terribly
Is that like a code
person.
name for showering with my bitches? Like I don't know. Do I need to look this shit up on an Urban Dictionary? What the hell does dishes mean?
Boats and hoses, bitches and dishes. Dude.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a new song.
Yeah.
Trying to scrub up.
Yeah, exactly, right?
And so from there, I had some money saved up, and I was always working. I would drive a party bus for my buddy on weekends. Friday nights, Saturday nights. Make $250 and you get $300 in tips from a bridal party. That's pretty nice, right?
A couple tipsy gals.
Yeah.
What's good?
So $700-800 for a Saturday night, and I would flip vehicles and I would work on the ambulance and I would work at the shop. So I was making decent money.
So you
and I
were
was saving
always
it all.
looking for ways to make money.
And it wasn't for any reason other than one, I fucking loved money, and two, I knew it was powerful. I said that again, but I said that before, but I'll say it again because that's important.
Yeah.
The best time to save money is when you don't need it. And so I was saving money. No other reason than I knew someday I would find something to do with it.
Yeah.
That was the same with me, dude.
Dude, it just reminds me. Remember the high school kid we had on our podcast, Caden?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
He's freaking flipping vehicles, like doing
Selling
car wash
necklaces
businesses, repoing cars.
Yeah.
Like he's doing all kinds of shit in high school. Yeah. He's graduating this year. He's still in high school. He keeps posting shit. He's like speaking at different engagements. I'm like,
he's an OG.
It's like you were, bro.
Yeah. He's one of those
Some people
young
are just
kids
built like that.
Yeah, usually. So you didn't go through like a party phase in high school or anything like that. No. You kept your shit straight the whole time. And
I would work on weekends on the ambulance, so I couldn't drink. I would go back. I worked nights on the ambulance in college, so I would go to school from 8 to noon. I would nap from like noon to 2. I would go to school from 3 to 5, and then I'd go work my night shift on the ambulance.
Yeah.
Right. So I didn't have time to party too. That really wasn't ever my thing. So from there, after that, it's I had $250,000 saved up by this time. I'm 23 years old. I've been working really hard. I got some money saved up. I have no debts. And it was at that time when you start realizing, like I said earlier, you need time, money, or a skill to make money. All I had was money. I didn't have time. I ain't got no time left. Right? I have -5 hours left in my day. And so I started finding some opportunities. I joined Arte because I knew I wanted more. I knew what I was making at the time was not satisfying. So I started looking for opportunities to make more and to grow more and to build my lifestyle and to build the different things that I wanted, and also to show other people like my situation what is possible. Because when you come from a town the size of my town with a little farming community, which I love my community, it's very safe. I love my state. I love our governor. Shout out Kristi Noem.
Yeah, she's savage.
She's a savage. When you come from that background, it's pretty normal just to stay, do fine, skate through, retire, do your thing. So showing people what's possible was always something that I wanted to do. And so when I said I had some money saved up and some of these opportunities started coming up, different e-com stuff or different investment type stuff. And then eventually Xena and the different stuff like this, I had that money available to do that, So that the difference is...
Let me ask you this. Where would
powerful.
you be if you were the party boy, living day to day, not saving money, that type of shit? You probably wouldn't even be close to where you're at right now financially. You wouldn't have the opportunities that are now being presented to you.
Yeah.
All of that, right?
I would, and the scary thing is, I would be quote unquote fine. I would be working in my hometown
because if you stay in that bubble and you look around, you're doing just as good as everybody else.
Yep.
So you're not necessarily, hurting financially, but you're not doing bad either, right? In terms of
So
your
I
populace.
never had that rock bottom. I never had that bad situation where it was do or die. I created it on my own. I created all right, this is my starting point. I will do anything I have to do to never be here again. Now, my starting point wasn't in debt. My starting point wasn't zero. My starting point wasn't jobless. My starting point was just different, but that was my quote unquote rock bottom that I manufactured because I knew what I wanted. I knew it wasn't what I had. And what I had was, quote unquote, fine, right? It was okay. Most people would
Which
have
was
been
just unfulfilling.
very
for you.
blessed to be in that
Right.
situation.
Yeah.
It was just unfulfilling. It wasn't what I wanted. It wasn't what I knew I was capable of.